Welcome back once again. We're so glad to have you back with us. And we still have our same two guests. We have Alicia and we have Kim, and they've got so much more to talk to you about. We could have covered a lot in our last session, but we did cover a lot in our last session. But there's so much more that our community is doing. And these are the people who are making it happen for all of you. So, Alicia, I think you have something you want to talk to us about.
Yes, I do. Coming up on Saturday, September 10th, we will have our 7th annual Walk in Memory, Walk for Hope. This is actually the 10th annual in the state of Nevada, and Nye County has been doing it for 7 years now. I have been involved in it from the very beginning as just a walker and a supporter. Okay. And for the last 3 years, Kim and I have been organizing and putting it together and getting other community members involved in it. It's a wonderful event. The Walk in Memory, Walk for Hope is designed to walk in memory of people that we've lost to suicide and walk in hope for prevention and intervention and better services and education for everybody. It will be at Ian Deutsch Park. We welcome anybody in the mental health community that would like to come and not only be a supporter of the event, but if you're interested in having a booth available where you can get information out there to the community. We would love to have people. If you are interested in having a booth there and you are in the mental health community, we just ask you to be there at 7:30 to set your booth up. Registration starts at 8 a.m. and then we begin walking at 8:30. It's 4 laps around Ian Deutsch. Subway is going to be donating sandwiches like they do every year. Subway has been a huge supporter of us in this event. It's a beautiful event. And again, it's just to remember those that we've lost and to get everybody together in hopes for better services for everybody.
Do you have numbers of people who participated in the past?
Our numbers have gone up steady.
Yes, they have.
The first time I went, if I remember correctly, we had a very small few people. And actually how I got introduced to it was through an opportunity to get some extra credit when I was in my social work classes. So it was a good event then. It hit me in a personal manner, and I have gone every year and watched the numbers steadily increase over the years.
That's fantastic.
The event is typically, since I've been involved, attracts at least 100 people. Okay. And like even in my short 3 years, I have seen it increase over that time. And again, I think that goes along with promoting the awareness and the information, and people are becoming more comfortable with the topic and being willing to think about it some more and talk about it, to participate in these types of events. And I really like the fact that there's many mental health vendors and agencies who are also there, and they can disseminate their information. Okay. People know right away, oh, I can go here if I need some assistance, or I can refer somebody here, and exactly what do they do and what kind of services are offered. So we will have many of our local community mental health and other service organizations who touch this subject will be available. And it's so symbolic. I know that last year we did the balloon release, where people could write names of loved ones who they've lost through people who've taken their own lives by suicide. It's very touching. It tugs at your heart. It's very emotional. That's the walk in the memory part. And then to have that be the walk in hope, because we want to provide hope for anyone whose lives have been touched by someone who they've known who've taken their own life by suicide. It's very significant. People said thank you. They were so appreciative of having this opportunity to remember people near and dear to them, and also for some ideas how to take care of themselves and maybe other people that they know are suffering from the loss of someone.
And not just people that have completed suicide, but people that have attempted. Oftentimes that pain lingers for a very long time.
I'm sure it does.
You know, wondering what you could have done differently. You know, how can you help your peer or your mom or dad or your child? So bringing the community together and having everybody, again, in that safe space where they can feel comfortable to go through their emotions, ask for help, not be afraid of that judgment or that stigma, that umbrella that we're trying to put down, that dark umbrella that lingers over the word suicide. It's a very emotional event, and it really does reach people on many different levels.
And you mentioned this is the 7th annual?
Yes.
7th in Nye County.
Which means every year?
Every year.
Every year.
So is it always in September?
Yes, it is always in September.
Is it first week, second week? How can somebody plan for the next one even though you have this one September 10th.
Yes, it is usually right around September 12th of every year.
Okay.
And there's at least 11 communities right now in Nevada that all have their Walk in Memory Walk for Hope at the same time. So it's
Great.
really a state event.
Okay.
And what I really like in the 3 short years that I've been involved in this event, all ages come to it. I've seen an increase of not just adults, but teenagers,
Okay.
elementary age students, families with their toddlers and their infants. And I think that's remarkable. It's like this is something that we need to talk about and experience at all ages. It isn't something to keep secret from someone who's too young.
Great.
It's
Okay.
important for everyone. I know last year I had someone call me and say, I see that you have to walk and I'm not able to walk, so does that mean I can't attend? I said, absolutely not. You are more than welcome to come, and you can sit right with me the entire time if you want to. So I don't want anyone to think if the walk is something that's not comfortable or isn't possible, you can just come. Your presence is what is so important at an event like this.
Well, that's
the
crucial to know.
significance. Yes.
And the easiest way for people to remember when this event will come is 10-10-10. It first started on the 10th. This will be the 10-year anniversary, and again, 10 in Nevada. And so this year it is on the 10th.
And one thing I just want to also point out is if people would like a t-shirt that commemorates this event, we are asking for a $20 donation. But you do not have to pay for anything to come to this event.
Correct.
If you just want to join us in that fellowship, we'll have an opening prayer, we'll do some announcements, we'll explain what's going to happen and why. We have the balloon release, we have the walk, and then we have something to eat afterwards. It's really quite a wonderful event.
You mentioned the prayers, so does that mean you have a local clergy?
Yes, we work real close with the faith-based organizations here in town, and always someone is willing and offers to do that with us.
Great.
And that's really the opening ceremony, if you will, for this entire event. And then the closing is the release, and then eating. Because there's so much to be said for that.
And you said Subway.
Subway has provided the last couple of years, yeah.
Subway is outstanding, very, very supportive, so we really appreciate that.
We have so many businesses, so many organizations in our community that step forward for whatever we need.
Absolutely.
So we're always thankful.
Consistently.
Yes.
Yes.
Time and time again. That's what I really appreciate about the Pahrump community. People really do come together. When I think of the coalition and how I think, that's Latin for growing together. That's exactly what happens at events like this. We learn, we grow together through so many people being involved. And that, I think, is the beauty of, for me, to work with the coalition and being a part of this community and share that with so many other caring individuals and agencies, like the school district.
Right.
How do you advertise this?
This event itself, this flyer has gone out to all the mental health agencies in the Pahrump area. We talk about it at all the different community events, the general coalition meetings, our Hope committees, any other event that we have in town, such as like our back to school fair. All of these big events that come up into our community, we're always passing out information about this. It gets on our website, on our newsletter, this show. So any avenue that we can talk about it, we're getting the word out.
Right.
And the second Wednesday every month, community outreach?
Yes, the community outreach is every Wednesday, the second Wednesday
every month.
Yes, and then we have our monthly general coalition meeting. That's on a Monday, and then up in Tonopah, I was up there yesterday, and so even again, this event was promoted up in Tonopah as well.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Okay. What else have you got?
Well, I know that you had talked about the Signs of Suicide program that has been implemented in the Nye County School District over the last couple of years. And I know that the first year that I was here in Pahrump and we did the Signs of Suicide, we provided actual screenings to 52 students at Rosemary Clark Middle School, which Alicia was instrumental in helping that be accomplished. Last year, when we were able to do it, we expanded it to be an opportunity for all the schools in the school district, and we had 405
Great.
people that we screen, students.
Fantastic.
So in my mathematical mind, because I figured this out ahead of time, that was a 750% increase.
Outstanding.
And we are hoping to increase it even more for the upcoming school year. And again, the Signs of Suicide program has 3 parts, and one is the teacher education with the video, with the ACT, the Acknowledge, Care, Tell. Get the word out. What do you do if you know somebody, if you have a friend, a fellow student, a peer who might be having suicidal ideation and behaviors? What can you do about that? You acknowledge, you show caring, and you tell a trusted adult right away. And that promotes discussion. That takes away stigma. It's okay to talk about these things. It's vital that you talk about these things.
Okay.
And then the other part is a parent education part, which our friend Richard Egan is instrumental in helping us in the years past, where he will go to the schools and meet with any parents who want to find out more information about what is signs of suicide, what are you doing, and how are you doing it, and what is the information being shared with my child. And I want to know this too. And I think that's so important for parents to have that type of involvement and that interest, and then they can be supportive of their child in taking on anything that they might think in the world of, oh, I have some concerns here with someone. And like you said with the screenings, actually doing the screenings where a child answers yes or no to 7 questions. It's called the brief assessment for the brief screening for adolescent depression is the name of the screening tool. It says be sad is what it stands, and that's how I can remember the name of it.
Okay, Kim, I know you have something else you want to give, and we're running out of time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, that's okay.
Yes, I did want to also promote, we have another big community event coming up. It's called RAM, and that stands for Remote Area Medical.
Tell us more.
That is going to be a huge event for this community. It's going to be on Friday, September 30th, and Saturday and Sunday, October 1st and October 2nd.
What's available?
People can come to this event. It will be at the Nye Communities Coalition Activity Center on our property in town. They can come and receive medical services, which include general physical examination. And then if we find that there's any difficulties or recommendations, we'll be able to make those referrals and recommendations, tell them where to go. If people need to have a dentist check, it can also include fillings.
Okay.
If they need a tooth extracted, that can happen on site.
Look, this is fantastic.
Yes.
I sure hope you're listening to this.
If people need their eyes examined and need eyeglasses made on site, it can happen. Free of charge for everyone.
I hope you're listening. I hope you take advantage of this. And we're out of time. So we want to see you next time. Thank you for listening.